up, guys? Didn't get as far as I wanted in this video today, but I'll have a video for you all coming up here shortly, going further on the flow bench, but hope you enjoy. See you later. I decided to splurge. I was looking at this motor that's on it right now, and I didn't really feel like electrocuting myself or messing something up and doing that, so I splurged and bought a 3 horsepower motor at Harbor Freight. Now this one is rated for 3,600 RPM. Well, if I remember correctly, that's around the red line of this engine. So, and it will have enough power to, whenever the high pressure pumps run, it should have enough theoretically to turn that. I don't know what horsepower this one was before, but it was able to turn the engine. Turn it backwards at that. Thank you to DIY Misfit Mechanic. You pointed out that the engine was turning backwards. So this motor was turning, what's that? Counterclockwise. So it was turning the engine counterclockwise. Well, I don't know if everybody knows it, but a engine conventionally, from the front of the engine, if you're doing timing components, you're looking at the engine, which is weird because most of the time you're in a vehicle, everything's from the driver's seat. You know, if you're sitting in the driver's seat, where's something at? When you're working on an engine and you're looking at the front of the engine, you always turn it clockwise. It's just how it is. I'm sure there's some engines out there that turn counterclockwise, but all the engines I've ever messed with are clockwise. And so in that case, the engine needs to turn clockwise while it's running. And that motor was turning it counterclockwise. Well, this 3 horse motor will be able to go clockwise or counterclockwise. So hopefully it bolts up the same. That way I don't have to drill extra holes. I think it's quite a bit bigger, so hopefully our belt fits, but we're going to find out. Let's do some unboxing first. Heater's running in the background. It's probably a little noisy. Let's go ahead and open this. Probably need that. Oh yeah, that one's a lot bigger. But it's made for a compressor, so don't drop it. Oh yeah, look at the size of that thing. That is massive. Okay, let me hold it up next to the old one. Yeah, I think that's gonna do the job. Probably like 2 inches longer, and good lord. Okay, let's get these swapped out. So I already wired this up by this diagram in the book, and it's the same here. And I went with clockwise. Well, that actually turns, I guess it's just like a car or something. You'd be sitting in the driver's seat, you're looking at it, it ran it clockwise from the back, but from the front it ran it counterclockwise. So I'm going to set up the diagram under counterclockwise and see if that does it. Let's see what happens now. Whoa! That was not good. But it caught it. Good, we'll just do that. That thing's got a lot of power. Which way did that go? This motor might be a little too big. I think I'm going to have to get a switch to adjust the... Okay, let's see what happens. Oh man. Motor didn't sound very happy. Is it building oil pressure? It's going clockwise. See what it did. Ooh, that was warm. I might need to put that set screw on. I still don't think it made oil pressure, but it's probably because our oil pump. So we may just, I may just end up putting a different front cover on it. Yep, no oil pressure. Okay, tomorrow night, or next clip, anyway, you guys will see I've got the, light doesn't blind you, I did some really crappy welding here on these. So I've got this fitting welded up, and I welded this up, real nice, huh? You can tell I weld. What's that noise? Oh, that's that cup. Hopefully I didn't melt something. I guess we'll find out. Okay, so I'm going to go get a line made that will then go from our high pressure pump up to our head. I'll probably get it quite a bit longer, that way I can move this stuff if I need to. I'm going to change the front cover out, try to get a good seal on our pump, because I mean that's really why this engine went bad. And yeah, we'll go from there. So you'll see it in the next clip. Hey, what's up everybody? Usually I say I'm in the shop, or back in the shop, but today I'm actually in another guy's shop. I do work for this gentleman who has a car collection, and he buys and sells cars, and the amount of cars that he has and the cool cars. I think my favorites are probably the Super Snake down there, this DB7, Aston Martin. I love the Porsches, everything, but the other fun stuff I get to do is work on this 71 Ranchero. It's already been painted, everything, and now I've gutted the interior, and we're gonna redo the interior. And my job right now is to put a wiring harness in it. So right now I'm working on location for the fuse box. I've got a plate made up that'll go up in here, and then once the fuse box is mounted, I need to run my wiring. And I've left basically my rear wiring in and the engine bay wiring. All the wiring for the dash is out, and I'll run the wiring, and then I have to pull the dash from another car, get it cleaned up, and then we've got forgot what seats. I don't know whether we're going to use the original seats from this one or not, but no, this is going to be a very cool car as well. You don't see a whole lot of people do Rancheros, but I think they're cool. Super cool cars. So anyway, I'm gonna get to work setting up this fuse box, and you guys can hang out. I'll put you guys up on a tripod, probably do a little time lapse, but then later on we'll head over to my shop and we'll get some stuff over there. Well, you guys can see it close to that piece of aluminum I got in there, and it's pretty big and crude right now, but my goal is to get that fuse box on it like that. You can see a little better, kind of at an angle. That way whenever you need to look at fuses, if you have an issue with anything, you can easily get to them at an angle. And what it'll do is it'll shoot the wiring harness that goes for the rear. See, there's a plate. You can kind of see the outline right here. And the rear wiring harness that runs to the back of the vehicle goes through there. So I wanted to be able to shoot that harness in there as smooth as possible, and then I'll also have to go wrap the harness up around to go for the dash. And also there's a hole back there, it's hard to see, there you can see it, that goes to the engine bay, and so I'm gonna have to get a new bolt connector there and line that up, get a connector there. That I wanted the wiring all to kind of go smoothly. The factory wiring goes pretty similar, but the factory harness or fuse box connected to those bolt connectors back there, and those were broken, and I didn't want to try to salvage anything and it crumble. Just a waste of time. So I know I'll be able to get this done a lot quicker. I'm going to clean this up after I get it done. The edges, clean it up, paint it black, that way it blends in a lot better. Okay, there it is. Roughly mounted. That's the heater and AC controls right there. Just leave those in there. But you can see, be nice and easy to get to, should be. And then, like I said, that wiring, some of it will go down here and some will go up there. So right now I'm going to run what I can out into the engine bay. The rest will probably get run up along here, and I'll drape over, and then I'll run the rest down for the rear tail lights and sending unit.